Welcome in, Blue Sky Traders. It is your boy, the one and only Coach Breezy. Welcome in. Gonna start it out the same way I always do, guys. I hope everybody had a good day. We mentioned that yesterday, just about how crazy Friday was, right? Had some minor relief Monday, or excuse me, Sunday, and then Monday was what it was, and then today, me and Justin were just talking, and this thing went down 1,600 points. Just to kind of visualize what that looks like on a chart, 30-minute chart, um, really right from the open. Man, this thing just went down continuously. There were some opportunities and some good fake outs early on the smaller time frame. When it made a decisive move, this is insanity. There's no other way to really quantify what we're looking at on the chart. What we did yesterday on Monday, last night, like we were interested in trend line breaks into a clean short, right? Which we were able to get really tighter trend line. We did take that short. We had good continuation to the downside, and then it's pretty interesting to see what price has done through time. And I always like to kind of take a step back, see what price is doing, kind of analyze the market. This same downtrend from Friday, I'm not the biggest pusher of trend lines. I think they're one of the best day trading tools. So simplistic. But sometimes they're respected, sometimes they're not. Like I'm not solely going to base a trade strictly on a trend line, but when you look where price kind of stopped from this trend, makes sense. It does make sense. Yeah, you had from Friday, you had a lot of prior distribution here. It makes sense from a volume perspective, right where it sold off, trend line confirmation, um, really, really clean sell, crazy extension of the sell. Like this is 1,600 points on the NASDAQ. That is mind blowing. If you caught all of this move, you are a freaking legend. If you caught some of this move, congratulations. I looked early on, I had a busier day. Smaller time frames in the open were kind of rough. Um, it did a really nice pump into open over pre-market highs. You're thinking logical breakout trade. You have an area up here that's the most relevant area, right? You clear this area, you start to wonder, like, okay, what could be the next target? You have opportunities of congestion here about an hour after the session that can really kind of trick people. Um, when you look at price really after this move, it's kind of, I'm not going to say it's hard to jump in front of that short, but you almost don't have enough confirmation. And what I mean by enough confirmation is you haven't really seen a retest or a continuation, and that happened so quick, right? So a lot of times these opening quick moves are reversible. That's what we've continuously seen in this market, right? You look left, you have a nice swing low there. To me, these were the confirmation breaks of the shorts. And I was able to catch some later in the day, put it in there with Steve. Me and Steve were going back and forth with some profit. Like I was able to catch some of the move. I had a runner that went 500 points, single MNQ. So, like, shout out to me, whoopee, right? Like, great play, good continuation, insane market. When I looked at structure, and I kind of want to zoom out a little bit and just kind of get a larger landscape of what price is doing. When I look at structure from a 3 month perspective, strictly just focusing on a quarterly candle, we're not even close to the next quarterly candle retest, right? When I think about a true structural retest, it's going to be at 26,854. That is miles, million miles away. What I mean by that is like This is where price is going to make sense from a retest perspective. Using the largest time frame, there's really not anything there to quantify or kind of help where price can go. Coming to the monthly, you mark, the prior month from April, June's here, or excuse me, May's here, then you have this wick down. It exceeded the 50% mark of the prior month and it's kind of rebounded, right? It's hovering around the 50% mark of that prior monthly candle. The direction of that is going to be the trade bias, right? Like if we continue to get downside continuation from the 50% prior monthly bar, you kind of start to expect you're going to hit monthly lows at some point. The only congestion through there is we're forming new support. So, like today's wick, this is now going to be an important level. You should have this marked on your chart because that reversal that occurred, yes, you have volatility, kind of guiding and ramping up price makes sense from a range perspective, but you need to be observant of that wick. When I think of how to navigate current market conditions, few things must be known. One I quantified is the prior week low. So you look at this prior week low. If we get a daily close under that prior week low, there are some wicks that you must be observant of, right? Like these lower wicks, they are targets and potential reversal zones. But if we get a close under that weekly, I think we're in that perma bear environment, right? It's hard to believe it, but that's the vision I'm seeing if it does break that, right? Bulls are not going to give it up easy. They never do. And makes sense just from a market dynamic perspective. It's not going to be easy. What I'm looking at from a intraday bias until it flips is prior day low is kind of the driver for my overall bias. What makes tonight tough and really the rest of the week is look at this candle. Think about the range that candle has produced. So, from a logical perspective, you must be thinking, okay, I know that this drawdown, and we'll look at it just to be curious because last time I looked from just an ATR perspective, the ATR was around 50. When you look at ATR within this bar, it's 652 points. Day prior, 577. Day prior, 551. Then you have some tighter candles that are still just freaking crazy, but everything is got some serious freaking range to it, right? So in these conditions, we need to be careful. Just to be transparent, like you're gonna have to size down. You don't need to size down. I don't like to lead with that. You need to be aware that your range is much wider. What was 20 points is now 50. What was 50 points is now 100. And it happens quick. You can isolate a candle. This random candle went from 451 to 285, right? This is a single 3-minute candle. So we must be observant of the range, right? Your expectations must tweak a little bit, right? Just from a risk perspective, it must tweak a little bit. Coming into the night from a day trade perspective ahead of the CPI print, I am severely conflicted. When I look at price, I almost think and assume we have a repeat to do what last night did. We had very clean bear flag break last night. We had about $500, right? It was a really good setup. Here, before we open, I looked at it, I'm thinking, okay, this has potential to be the same type of structure. The only issue is when I target this low to even get like a solidified trend, doesn't matter what time frame I'm on, it's really not as clean, right? You come to a 15-minute, for example, it's there, right? But it's not as clean. It's very steep and it's not going to give you a good break. So this trend line guide is not going to help tonight at all. We're going to need to see candlestick reactions right at key areas. And what better key area than prior day low? So my overall bias is bearish, right? But they've kind of melted up the market from the low with some extreme, let me remove this, with some extreme momentum. So we are going to have to be okay with drawdown. You're going to have to flip your bias if it clears a range relatively quickly. You know, just trade carefully because times are sensitive. With that being said, I'm going in. I'm going in short. We're going to get out here. We're going to get exposed and see if we can make it happen, guys. Starting out with 3, see if we can get more. Really, the confirmation for more for me is going to be under VWAP. I'm going to attempt to add into a winner if we can get it with some momentum, right? If we can get from about 100 or 107 where our entry is to VWAP, understand that's 40 points. Like that's a play right there. That is a target to target concept from prior day low to VWAP. And I'm probably gonna, now that I see that range, it looked a little tighter. Probably gonna see if price can kind of stabilize and maybe add in again. And just like that, we had $100, and just like that, it's gone. It's gone. We're gonna give it some opportunity to produce. Gold contract BluSky. It's the August one, and I don't know it off the top of my head. I have it on a different one. It is the August one though. I think it's the Q, if I'm not mistaken. Kind of the only. Where's it at? Where's it at? Right here. Yeah, it's the CQ. MGC Q6, baby. And gold, we can kind of talk on gold for a little bit, and it played out exactly how I expected. I'm so glad because last night, like I mentioned, gold was an easy short. The only thing is I was waiting on this confirmation, if you guys remember the two-legged break kind of this structure here, because if not, it was going to be an inverse head and shoulders, right? And I'm glad I did not jump into that short, right? Because it turned into an inverse head and shoulders and went right back to this area here, right? Went right back to where price should come into the open. Really sick fake out here on gold. And then when it finally did break this structure, came back to these lows and cracked those lows with some like serious momentum. Gold's a sell. You have to be cautious where you're selling because you will get your face ripped off. Long term, I am very happy gold is selling off. You got to remember the run that gold went on. One of the most historic runs in history, right? Gold is known for going parabolic. This was extreme. So a very healthy pullback was much needed. Gold is not going anywhere. I'm happy to see gold pulling back. If you can, this is where you start to invest into gold, right? Whether it be the tangible aspect, the GLD, whichever aspect you want to get into. Like there's opportunities in this pullback. So I'm happy for gold. For now, it's an easy sell. And you kind of got to look, that's kind of crazy just looking at the monthly. We're looking at 4 months of consistent red. There will be an overextension. You probably assume that 41.71 that I have outlined, that'll probably be it. And team, only with freaking 3 MNQ, we got a banger. It's about 250 bucks there, team. Man, that's a shame. Same thing last night. We couldn't get in. That is right to VWAP is mentioned. That is 40 points there. That sucks. Man, that was it. I'm over here yapping on gold. That was the one and done set right there. All right, I'm gonna attempt. I want this candle to pull back a little bit, which it can reverse, right? We know VWAP is a bullish obstacle. Confirmation under it is really the driver for continuation. But I want to size in more. I'm happy with 200 bucks in 5 minutes, but I definitely need more than 3 micros. Holy W though. Regen, yes. Short, we entered in at 112. I think it's going to bounce. And then I start to wonder, like, if, because it respected VWAP right there. So we saw 40 points quickly, very quick from our entry here. Continuation under VWAP is fully logical. We just need to see, like, is it going to give it to us? Or is it going to reverse because VWAP was a bull target? So I'm going to attempt to size in under VWAP. And just know, even though we're 40 points in profit, 40 points is like a standard candle, if you guys recall what I just went over from an ATR perspective. So if we were to see a 40-point pop, wouldn't be surprised at all. Manage your gains, guys. All right, give me one. So do you think 29,300 is key level? We are. I guess let me see. Let me zoom out a little bit. Excuse me. Yeah, I mean, I see when I'm looking at levels, I look for confluence within those levels. And like this is a zone from 288 to 300. Those multiple points of contact right there. I can draw that. It says pretty tight on the 4-hour chart. And then looking left, 29,300. This doesn't really confirm anything. This is very ugly. To the left, like you could probably extend something from the 300 and find something here, but this is ugly to me. I wouldn't use this as a basis. This makes sense. Like you have that wick to wick level. All right, guys, I got a good bounce from VWAP, which makes 100% sense. 100%. I'm gonna add another short here. I am lowering my cost basis down to 105. And we'll see. We'll see if we can get that break of VWAP or if VWAP turns support, right? Yeah, Dana, we're working on it. We will give Justin that feedback as well. All right, team. We had 200 bucks come back to break even with the secondary ad. Let's see. Bulls maybe intentful from VWAP here. And it's hard for me. You guys know how bullish I always am. If we're under prior day low and I think about the inside outside trade model, how price should behave, we should be targeting inside range until the breakout occurs, right? Like that's inside outside trading 101, right? So even if this trade goes against me and I let the 200 bucks go red, not a big deal because there isn't any long confirmation until prior day low at least gets some close above, right? And it could be an aggressive one. You never know. Like Bulls have shown themselves for weeks, and then also at the end of the day, that rally wasn't as impressive as the sell, obviously, but it was impressive. And until we see something like this, where it's a clean break and retest, um, of prior day low to reclaim some of the prior day's range from an inside prior day trading perspective, like I can't have a bullish bias. And then it would be a stretch to see it in Asia. But I think if we can give up VWAP, it'd be a stretch to see it in the hour that we have. But I think if we give up VWAP, we're going to target 28,985. Those lows. When you look at price, and I mentioned this before even coming in, like there's a lot of conflicted areas on this damn chart. When you look at price and what it's done, it's already created a fresh as best opportunity, right? You have the W pattern, you have secondary retest to VWAP, right? Like these are bullish legs potentially setting up. VWAP super critical for direction here. Like super. If it closes under, I think the bears confirm it, right? If it's holding above, the bulls are present, but it's not as prevalent of reclaiming prior day structure. So it's anybody's game. Anybody's game here. What's up? What's up, big dog? What's up, TG? Good to see you, brother. You're a legend, man. Hope you've been doing well. But yeah, I know Justin is always tweaking and updating. And we do need to get our chart bigger for sure. And when I have the DOM open, it kind of shrinks it as well. So that's on me. And then we could mega zoom into price, but I personally don't like doing this. It hurts my eyes. I'm fragile. All right, Bears, come on. Let's push it. Let's do it. And to be honest, when I was looking at today's close, man, I've seen so many markets. My mind at the end of the day was like, holy crap, what is going on? Especially, I didn't see any news or drivers in that pump at the end. This pump was crazy. It made sense exactly where it did it. I tell you guys all the time, when you target structure, when you think about market dynamics, anytime you get a fresh as best scenario, you target equal lows at all times, right? Like that is the probability driver for me. Like if I can get an equal low, don't care if I lose, put stop under the low, keep it tight if you want. Like it makes sense what it did. The only thing is, man, that thing was wild. It went from 851 to 29,000 basically. And even these reversals, we were so extended. Like, the reversals coming. you'll never catch that low with that reversal. If you were trying to catch this low, you were probably trying to catch the three prior, and got absolutely obliterated. So confirmation is your friend at all times in the market, right? Simple trend line confirmation. You see the candle close, you take the continuation. Um, that's I took it with some SPX as well within that continuation. Did not sell. I mean, I did not hold for this pump. I sold right before it, like literally one or two candles before the final continuation. I exited the position. I'm like, oh, go figure, right? Like, who would have knew? Who knew I'm exiting and they just pump it. All right, team. Secondary test there at VWAP doesn't want to give it up. Must be observant of this secondary tap at VWAP. We saw another 20 points again from the second ad. Like I'm really, really trying to give this room to crack VWAP because I think there's potential in it. Hopefully, we do not get caught in chop. If we were to really chop all night ahead of CPI, it would make so much sense. So hopefully that's not the case. Take a look at oil real quick. Yeah, oil's rising. Thought oil would. I saw a really big pullback on oil, and I'm thinking, okay, I have this zone here that we drew out a while ago, and it was kind of the driver. It's gonna be my bias to go short on oil for the big short that I'm talking about. And damn it, it used it as support. So I was kind of hoping when I looked tonight it would be lower, but it's got, it's up 1.6%. So it's kind of getting that correlation again, coming back to the market. As far as like equity selling off, oil going up. All right, guys, that secondary VWAP did hold. Got a nice little candle from it as well. And I am keeping this bias, which isn't too far away, until prior day low is broken, right? As mentioned. So this is potentially a good add area. I just want to be a little careful. I don't want to immediately size into this position because it's kind of clear now. You could say three tested VWAP, like it's not breaking it yet. Um, so is it intentful? I want to give it some room to see. Excuse me. And team, I will be right back in a second. I have to use the bathroom. I'll be right back. No. No, no, no. No. Okay. Okay. Well, holy banger. Come back to a W. All right, team. If you're in that, I would absolutely take some profit. Another $500 night. We made it. And I'm gonna scale one out as well. Damn, that's a banger, team. Go to the bathroom again. Is my screen up? Are we good? Yeah, we're good. For anyone out there, because she's gonna be in the stream from now on, we found a little poodle. We adopted it, brought it in, and she is very clingy. You can tell we saved her life. Like she was rough, like super rough. So super, she's super grateful and super loving. She would not leave me alone. So she gonna be leading the streams from now on. And from our 120 ad, we saw 100 points basically, team. So start securing if you have not. No, Blasky, I'm in there. I'm in there for hours. I named her Bella. If we were to have a daughter, it was going to be Bella. So we named her that. All right, let's see. It seems I'm not gonna say it seems out of reach, but we'll see if we can get that 980, about 990 probably to be safe. Like that 990 range that we were targeting. That would be the ultimate play complete. Didn't think we would see it here. It's got potential now. We'll see if we can get some continuation. Smart man would be done. Just FYI, we saw $500 with 4 micros again. Protect your gains, guys. Protect your capital. I'm going to see if we can get one off at this low, about 12 points lower. Okay, mama. All right, we took another one off there. Banger. I mean, it's certified banger, guys. There you go, Ricky. Appreciate it, Tina. Thank you. It is tough to integrate her with my pug, who's a male, she's a female, and man, he was the most loving baby that we've had. He's a straight psychopath now. It's like, good lord. So today was a little better than yesterday, but it's man, it's tough out there. It's hard to be a woman, is what I'll say. All right, do we see follow through? If not, would make sense right at this base, but I would love that 990 target for 100 points. And Ricky Smith, hey brother, hopefully you made more than 35 cents tonight. Oh, he ain't jealous, Tina. He's trying to do the other stuff. And then I had to Google I was like, does a pug and poodle breed exist? And just know I would never bring that atrocity into this world. Oh my god. You ever want to see a crazy dog? Look at that. Okay, mama. Okay, okay, okay. All right, Tim. As you approach any key area that's shown reversal, as we just saw a 30-point bounce before I could even get it out, like you have to be careful. And it's crazy timing for that candle to bounce right when it did. You need to be observant of what happened prior, right? That's crazy. Crazy timing. At least let me finish the damn sentence before a 40-point bounce. Yeah, we may see big reversal. It makes sense. And all you do is go ahead and put your stops. To be honest, I know we say stops and at break even or stop gain. Man, take your money and run. Like if you did what I did, you saw 500, 600 bucks, whatever the hell we saw. Um, man, sell into that strength. As I always talk about, trying to hold trades just to kind of keep the stream going right, talk some things out. Um, but shit, if I get this candle from the 120s, that was our entry, to 44, you best believe I'm one and done. I'm out of that thing. I'm chilling with the poodle. Let me lower this a little bit so y'all can see. Just chilling. Chilling with the doxy. Let's go. All right, come on, Bears. Take us home. Take us home. Let's go. If you're holding like I'm doing, no reason to repeat 40 points, man. Lock something in. You know you're approaching this low, as I mentioned. I'm hanging on for the 100 points. Um, you're only talking 30 more points, $60. Lock something in. Protect your money, guys. We had a hell of a trade here. Come on, girl. Get comfortable. Stay on with you, scared. I'm scared. Oh damn, the Stanley Cup's on. Damn, Blue Sky Bella. Bro, I need RQ if you're in here, man. I need I need that merch. I need a dog whatever they call those, the bandana. All right. Come on, Bears. Come on, Bears. 14 more points. Bro, even a dog collar. No, like they put the scarves or like the bandanas. That would be player to get a blue sky one. All right, guys. I'm gonna take one off here at these lows. Definitely gonna move my average down from the 120s. I don't really care. Oh shit. Never mind. I just added into the position. Let me take one off there. All right, I butchered that. Just know if it hits the target, we caught 100 points. That's hilarious. I'm gonna take one more off. and now I'm red on that entry. That's crazy. That's crazy work. That's funny. Damn, Matt, you coming through in the clutch. Triple B, the BBB. All right, I butchered this entirely. I meant to scale out and add it into the position. So I like longs, but I think it's gonna die. I really do. I think we're gonna get the 990 100-point target. So yeah, let's just hypothetically remember the entry was up here at the 120s. I'm also an idiot. We already got 100 points from the first ad. I'm an idiot. So yeah, I mean, mission complete. I'm not good at math, I guess. Yeah, it was a good trade, man, and it's kind of important. You guys always that was a target hit right there, FYI. You guys always hear me talk it through, right? Think about what I'm doing, and the more you guys spend time with me, I do it every single time. Like I talk about the market, I'm trying to correlate relevant price, overall trend, what is the bias, where's a logical place to be in the trade, what makes sense, right? I'm telling y'all, like I mentioned last night, whenever the gentleman asked about risk, like tonight, it's not luck on our side that we caught 100 points in Asia. Like it's not. We know prior day low must be reclaimed to be bullish, right? Like you look at the daily and you think about bias perspective, well, you can only be bullish in two opportunities. One is going to be these equal lows down here in 830s. Excuse me. You could say the 830 mark, right? Or it's going to be a reclaim of prior day low. And then at that point, you're interested in trading the inside price action of prior day price. Well, you fast forward to tonight, you rejected it, right? You close here at the end essentially. You rejected it right here. This is our bias. So like us catching this 100 points, it's not random. You know, we put probability on our side. We had 200 bucks green, right? And then it went against us. It went against us at VWAP. And you think about what I always talk about. When you're in a trade, it's not about being correct or incorrect, as crazy as that sounds, right? It's about putting probability on your side and letting the trade play out. If it closes and does that break a retest above prior day low, I'm taking my loss. Like I'm out of that trade. You get a little dicey and you start to assume these are intentful moves at VWAP by bulls, right? But you haven't really reclaimed true bullish structure. So it's good for a scalp, but it's low probability because of your overall direction or place in the market, right? Like you haven't even reclaimed a sensible structure. Down here at these lows, you're still in a mega risk environment, but at least you have some form of area to say, hey, and I'm just doing this hypothetically, it may work. Like, hey, if I go long and I have this wick low, okay, I have clear risk parameters. It's pretty wide, it's 40 points, right? But I have a clear set that I'm willing to risk off of these lows. And these are sets that I always look for because if it bounced once, it has potential to do it again, right? So I'm putting technical probability on my side to do it. And if it goes against me, I know an area to exit the trade. You could keep it more conservative, target this area here at this low. For me, I always want to target the extremes, right? But like these are high probability sets. So it is not in a bullish state comparable to like when I think about swing lows and like this here at the 28,900, that's going to be a potential retest, like right where it bounced earlier. Here has potential because you have the equal lows, but you're still under the prior day, right? So bears can come through any moment and just smack you in the face. But if it were to do a strong bounce from here, super logical from relevant price. Okay, girl, you are a little furnace. Let's come on. Come on. Yeah, it was all the bathroom break that caused it. The market decided, like, you know what, bro? I'm gonna bless you with 100 points when you come back. I'm just gonna start trading in the bathroom. That's where we'll do the Asia streams from now on. That would be insane. The toilet flush. Yeah, bro. I'm in that trade. I mean, hey, we in there. It's a freshest best set. It's money. And the range is insane. I mean, this is 3 micros, man, and it's almost $200 like quickly. Okay, mamas, okay. Come on. Come on, come on, come on. Come on. Yeah. All right. That's a banger if you took it. That is a banger. Guys, if y'all can do me a favor, like this stream. If you're here, we're getting good views on the stream. It's kind of weird. A lot of people come and go. Um, if you please, if you enjoy this, please like the stream. Do your part to get it out there. I'm really trying to gain traction on these nighttime streams. Man, I can't stress enough why I do this. Like people work all damn day. Like we just could have made $700 if you would have taken profit there um, in that spike in this trade. If you were in that trade, like yeah, bro, like we make some shit happen after hours. So trying to get the rooms similar to the opens and um, help people make some damn money because we do this. Yeah, gold is not finding a bid to save its life. Let me go back. I don't know what just happened. Something filled. Okay. One of our long targets filled. There we go. Then I have a question. When I zoom in, because I know a lot of places do this, they keep the charts like so big, zoomed in. Does this make it better from like a visual perspective? I know it makes the candles. I mean, shit, that's a 50-point candle, but does it make it any clearer to the right? Kind of looks like it when I'm looking at it. Yeah, I'm sure Justin's in here. I know he's taking everybody's feedback. He'll figure it out. And who knows, team? Doubt it happens in 7 minutes, but maybe we can get 200 points tonight. Right over VWAP and straight to another 100 points would be player as hell right now. Appreciate it, Ricky. Appreciate it, brother. Uh, RQ, that's not a bad idea. I will try that tomorrow. Yeah, our cameras don't need to be this big. I agree. They're taking the feedback, guys. Don't worry. Talking about clicking on the arrows. What arrows? You can tell I don't use Trading View. Yeah, this is Trading View, bro. You would need to you can expand your chart um to like, a chart only, but I would need to do that before I start the stream. Like you can no, it's somewhere here. Full screen. We could try. Let's just try it and see. Yeah, full screen helps a little bit. Yeah, bro, I don't know. Y'all annoy Justin. He'll get it right. We made the cameras so big that when RQ makes his debut, yeah, debut, everybody would be able to see him clear. Yeah, it does look cleaner from Justin popped out of the woodwork like annoy who? That's funny. They're talking about. I'm sure you've been here, bro. If you haven't, I'll fill you in. No, damn, it's already time. It's time to wrap it up, team. Currently, we saw some shit tonight. We saw some points. I don't know what we ended up with. Because I thought when I was waiting for that 990, it would be 100 points, but we entered at 120 something. So yeah, we caught like 130, up another 80 or something here, 90 point upside. So absolute banger of a night. Last night, man, we hit 500 bucks with 4 cons. So we've been making it happen, guys. We've been getting out here and getting it done. I would love, just so I can get confirmed 200 points, I would love a 20-point pop to this 100. I'm personally going to keep it open. If it reclaims VWAP, you could honestly, if you wanted to be greedy and price kind of dictates it, you could target prior day low at 137. I feel like that's a stretch, but if it closes above VWAP, you could target this 116 area, and seems logical. It needs to close though. That's the first and foremost thing. Appreciate you guys spending the night with me. I always feel weird saying that. Appreciate you guys hanging out on the Asia stream with me. And man, we do this. That's all I can say. Hope you guys made money. Same thing, same place, same time tomorrow. As always, if you love somebody, let them know. You're here one day and you're gone the next, man. Don't take it for granted. Appreciate you guys.